So you're thinking about moving to Charleston, South Carolina. Well, let me tell you this. This is a place that can steal your heart if you give it a chance. Charleston has this way of making you feel like you're living in a storybook with its charming streets, beautiful beaches, and that undeniable Southern hospitality. But is it the right move for you? That's the question we're going to answer today. By the end of this video, you'll know what it's really like to live in the low country, the good, the not so good, and the quirks that make Charleston what it is. And I'll tell you about a recent client of mine who drove all the way from Tennessee to decide whether Charleston was the right fit for them. Spoiler alert, they didn't think the city was big enough. But let's get into it, because I think that you'll find Charleston has a lot more going for it than you might expect. My name is Deneen Gary, the Southern Living Yankee, and a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina, and the surrounding areas. I specialize in helping people relocate to Charleston from out of state because I've been there. I know how exciting but still overwhelming a big move can be, but I'm here to make it easier. Whether you're buying, selling, or simply exploring the market, I'll provide honest advice and expert guidance every step of the way. If you're ready to start your journey, reach out today. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss tips on living your best life in Charleston and the rest of the Low Country. Let's start with one of the biggest perks of living here, the beaches. If you're a beach lover, you will be in heaven. Charleston is home to some pretty incredible spots like Folly Beach, Isle of Palms, and Sullivan's Island. Whether you want to surf, sunbathe, or just stroll along the shore collecting some seashells, there's a beach for every vibe. And they're not far. Most are within 30 minutes of downtown, depending on where you live. Beyond the beaches, Charleston is a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts. You've got kayaking in Shim Creek, fishing on the pier, and endless trails for hiking and biking. The Low Country's natural beauty is something you have to see to believe. Live oaks draped in Spanish moss, marshes that glow at sunset. It's like a postcard come to life. Now, let's talk about the cost of living. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Charleston isn't the cheapest place to live, but it's also not out of reach for most people. Home prices vary widely depending on what you're looking for and where you want to live. If you want to live downtown in one of those historic homes, yeah, you're going to pay a premium. But if you're open to exploring areas like Somerville, West Ashley, or even parts of North Charleston, you're going to find more affordable options. Are you looking to rent? The market has something for everyone, from downtown lofts to suburban family homes. And if you're relocating from a city like Nashville or Atlanta, you might find Charleston surprisingly reasonable by comparison. Day-to-day living is pretty average. Groceries, utilities, and dining out won't break the bank. Although, Charleston's food scene might tempt you to splurge a little more than you planned. And let's not forget the fresh seafood. It's everywhere and it's amazing. Let's get into the weather because this is a big selling point for a lot of people. Charleston is warm. Summers can get hot here for sure, but the trade-off is mild winters and some gorgeous shorter seasons. In the winter, we only get a handful of truly cold days. Most of the time, it's in the 50s or 60s, and it's not uncommon to have temperatures in the 70s, even in December or January. In fact, there have been several Christmases where my kids were out playing in shorts and t-shirts. It's a weird but wonderful feeling to be decorating for Christmas while the windows are open with a warm breeze blowing in. Plus, the kids can go outside and play with all of those outdoor toys that you got them for Christmas. Spring and fall are absolutely perfect. Cool mornings, sunny afternoons, and just enough of a chill in the evening to make you appreciate a light jacket. Now, summer, it's warm and humid. There's no getting around that. But that's what air conditioning and a trip to the beach are for. If you're wondering about medical facilities, Charleston is very well equipped. We've got 3 fantastic health systems: MUSC, Roper St. Francis, and Trident Health. Whether you need routine care or something more specialized, you're covered. And because Charleston is growing, these systems are expanding and investing in the latest technology. Charleston is a place where history and modernity coexist. You've got historic downtown with its cobblestone streets and 18th century architecture, but you've also got hip neighborhoods like Park Circle and Avondale in West Ashley. This is where the vibe is young, creative, and just a little quirky. The people here, they're friendly, but in a laid-back way. They say hello, wave as you drive by, and offer you a big smile in the grocery store. Oh, and speaking of driving, let's talk about blinkers. Down here, that's what they're called. And it's a running joke that people don't use them because they're low on blinker fluid. So instead of getting frustrated, you'll learn to laugh it off. When it comes to taxes, South Carolina is pretty forgiving. Property taxes are pretty low compared to many states, which helps a lot if you're buying a home. And if you're retired, you will love that there is no tax on Social Security benefits and some pretty generous deductions for other retirement income. Sales tax is higher than some places, but overall, it balances out. You will never be bored in Charleston. The food scene is incredible, from fine dining to some of the hole-in-the-wall joints that serve the best fried chicken that you have ever had. There are festivals year-round, Spoleto and the Food and Wine Festival, and the Holiday Festival of Lights on James Island, just to name a few. Then there's history. You can explore plantations, take a carriage ride downtown, just prepare for some interesting smell from the horses. And you can visit Fort Sumter, where the Civil War began. So, about that client I mentioned earlier, the one who drove here from Tennessee to decide if Charleston was the right fit for them, well, after they spent the day driving and exploring, they realized it just wasn't big enough for what they were looking for. And that's okay. Charleston isn't for everyone. But for those who love it, it's a place like no other. Now you've got a clear picture of life in Charleston, the pros, the quirks, and everything in between. Whether you're drawn here by the beaches, the history, or the warm weather, there's something special waiting here for you. And if you're ready to take the next step, or you just want to talk more about what it's like to live in the Low Country, I would love to help. I'm Deneen Gary, the Southern Living Yankee, and a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina, and the surrounding areas. I specialize in helping people relocate to Charleston from out of state because I've been there myself. I know how exciting, but still overwhelming a big move can be, but I'm here to make it easier. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring the market, I'll provide honest advice and expert guidance every step of the way. If you found value in this video, I'd love if you could hit that like button. If you're ready to start your journey, reach out today. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss tips on living your best life in Charleston and the rest of the Low Country. Thank you again for joining me. So long for today.